city of dreams, which is also known to be the capital of urban landscapes, possesses a mixture of land, sea and air connectivity, both nationally and internationally. This adds up to its magnetism as it is leading in the luxury residential and commercial property development. And talking about luxury, Suraj Estate Developers Limited is a marquee real estate developer of Mumbai who is known to provide the luxury of space in a crowded city. They have been creating luxurious homes and quality commercial spaces in the city of dreams for the past 36 years. My name is Tanya Naring and I welcome you to yet another episode of The White Door presented to you by GOODTiMES. In 1986, Suraj was established with the vision to transform real estate with a commitment to quality and customer satisfaction. Their residential and commercial developments have become an integral part of the Mumbai skyline. They have delivered over 42 projects across the island city, adding up to more than 1 million square feet. Suraj has a number of ongoing projects in the luxury segment such as Ocean Star located at Prabhadevi, the Palette located at Dadar West. In the value luxury segment, they have Emmanuel, Louis Sandra, Ave Maria, Parkview in Dadar West, Whitelist and Eterna at Mahim West. And lastly, Nirvana at Parel, which will redefine city life and transform the Mumbai landscape. They are known to be a leading developer in the combined markets of Mahim, Matunga, Dadar, Prabhadevi and Parel. Constructs and develops high-quality homes in the luxury and value luxury segment. They stand amongst the market leaders in terms of supply of 1 BHK and 2 BHK units in South Central Mumbai. In this segment, they provide 1 BHK flats ranging from 300 to 500 square feet carpet area and compact 2 BHK flats ranging from 500 to 800 square feet carpet area, which has a robust demand in the market. These projects host a range of amenities ensuring the residents enjoy all the luxuries of life. Suraj has developed and handed over a lot of prominent projects. Let's talk about few of their ongoing projects. Starting with Ocean Star, a one-of-a-kind tower in Prabhadevi with spacious homes and endless sea views is nestled in a quiet corner of Prabhadevi. Their lavish 3 BHK sea view residencies are spread across a generous area and extensive floor-to-ceiling height, which makes the world feel a lot larger. They are also developing one of Dadar's tallest towers, the Palette, which is facilitated with homes that bring in the air and sun. This iconic 40-story tower will be a landmark in its location, offering an impeccable lifestyle and the luxury of being next to the city's finest. Their elegant apartments are exclusively designed to offer space for its discerning residents. Designed with best-in-class industry partners, the Palette redefines city living. Coming to the next project, Whitelist, which is strategically designed to inspire living 1 and 2 BHK apartments. This 38-story tower boasts of best-in-class amenities and apartments with unparalleled sea and city view, ensuring good ventilation and natural light. Located just a few minutes away from Whitelist, another project is Eterna, which has had the same grade of traction since its launch last year. After launching Louis Sandra, Kaveh Maria and Emmanuel at the most revered location, Dadar. Their most recent launch, Parkview, is located at the green heart of the city, Shivaji Park, which again caters to one of the most demanding locations in the vicinity. Suraj Estate Developers have been honored with a number of awards for its work in the realty sector. With the highest market share in the micro market, Suraj has received a plethora of awards. And on that note, we have Mr. Thomas with us right here, who is the chairperson and the managing director of Suraj Estate Developers. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So now that you're here and you have been in the business for past 36 years, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what is the story behind the inception of Suraj Estate? And if you want to share the journey so far, how's it been for you?
Yeah, it's been a very exciting journey, a long journey, if you should allow me to say. So when we first got started, it was back in 1986. When I was enthusiastic. I had innings in the industry in the Middle East for a while, but not as a developer.
Okay.
In a different capacity.
Okay.
So I carried some of those thoughts in mind that we should do very good quality of work in Mumbai. It can be done here also. I'm talking about Dubai.
So you took the inspiration from there?
From Dubai and came back here. We purchased this, we had this opportunity to buy this land, this parcel of land from another developer who was finding it difficult to convince the tenants and take the project forward. But I just jumped in. Sometimes the best way to learn swimming is by jumping right into the pool.
That's how I learned it.
So that's how, we just got going and we bought this land. And while we were on our legs, we learned what is the DC regulations, how to convince tenants, how to give them assurance, and how to win their trust, and most of all, how to get their old tenements vacated, such that we could demolish and make a building for them. And how to arrange the finances from the banks, institutions. It took us a long time at that point in time. It was not a very organized sector.
So I think you have overcome one of the challenge out of so many challenges you must have faced in the past 37 years as we speak. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced in the start when you started Suraj and developing the first few projects?
Yeah, as I told you, one was the tenant issue. Then the approvals in Mumbai is not easy to get. We'll have to deal with MADA, BMC, so many departments. Something like small and large approvals put together, something like 60 to 70 approvals.
God, okay.
So, and you have to take it on a time-bound manner because we have to complete these sites within 2 years,
so
3 years.
How did you do it? Like, if you can elaborate.
As I told you, when you jump into the swimming pool, either you save yourself or you perish. So we had no choice.
So you just went
through it and we learned it on our legs.
So considering also one of the major factor which I saw that Suraj Estate is in the bustling area of Mumbai. So how do you cope up or make sure you are satisfying the customers' need and their expectations?
So customers are very choosy and picky. They have so many other builders who are also offering them good flats, etc. So to stand above the others, to have an edge over the others, you'll have to do something better in terms of planning, in terms of amenities which you give them. We give them 2 full toilets even in a 1-bedroom flat. Normally, the general industry, they used to give 1 bathroom and toilet. Here we give a little bit more area, but give them 2 full toilets. It costs us a little bit more, but wins us a lot of...
It's one of your USP.
Now other builders also have started after we have started. So it's a good thing for the industry and for the user also. That in a busy world like Mumbai, where you have to use 2 persons can use a toilet at the same time. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for in queue.
Makes a lot of sense. So you have been in the business for so many years. What do you think? How real estate has changed, versus now, versus way back then?
Way back in 80s and 90s, it was not an organized sector.
Okay.
There were good players, no doubt, established players even back then. But they were few and far apart. But now, there's a lot of consolidation that has happened in the industry. Now, it is not easy for one person to do one site and try and make money because, the rules are such. And it's become very capital intensive. Because you see, you have to buy FSI by way of fungible FSI payments to BMC. there are a lot of payments to be made to get approvals. I'm talking about official payments here.
Right.
To BMC for under premium for staircase, lift, open space deficiency, and things like that. Fungible FSI.
Right.
So you need a lot of capital allocation for this. So I'm not saying there are builders who have got that kind of reputation can get assistance from financial institutions for funding. And we have been lucky to get support of all the financial institutions, very good financial institutions, who have stood by us all the time and giving us continuous support,
Right.
project after project.
Right. So one thing which I have noticed is that Suraj Estate caters to South Central Mumbai.
Yeah.
Why so? And do you have any plans to expand in other areas also?
It becomes easier to operate in one environment where you're well known, where you have a reputation. But having said that, we are not averse to going to any other market.
Okay.
We are open to go to any market where we can make a good living, in the sense a good profit, a good kind of margin of profit. And Mumbai is one of the best markets where we have seen good profit over the past. So we like to stick to Mumbai, but not necessarily only in Island City. We are okay to go to suburbs. More recently, we have acquired land parcels in Bandra also.
So before we wrap up this whole conversation, do you want to add anything else?
I should say the CNBC channel TV18 recognized what we did in terms of giving good housing for tenants and the kind of sale flats we do, the quality we do. They gave us the Developer of the Year award for 2020.
Right.
And this year we got 2 awards, 2022.
You have tapped the market really well, and that shows in your conversation also.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure to be with you, and thanks for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you. You don't need to worry about the direction of the house, as its 2 and 3 BHK apartments are Vastu compliant. Come, let me take you through this thoughtfully designed house. The first thing you would see is the living and dining area, which is good enough not only for a cozy private dinner with your family, but also enough to host a gathering with your loved ones while they enjoy a sea view from the spacious deck right here. This place will surely make you feel like you're back home. Coming to the bedrooms, they are pretty spacious and very well ventilated. They're designed in such a way that you would never run out of fresh air and the sea views. So I am with Mr. Rahul, who is the director of Suraj Estate Developers. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I want to really ask you that what motivated you to take over your father's legacy, and how are you taking the leadership ahead?
I think ever since I was a kid, I've been actually going for the site openings. I think that was my early memory of joining the company. I used to go for these Bhumi Pujans every time, be part of the puja, break coconuts. I think that was the early time I was associated with the company. Of course, I did a part-time role when I finished college.
Okay.
And I would spend a few hours after college in the office just to be with my dad and understand, be in the meetings, be a silent spectator. So I think that was the early part of my early days in Suraj. But of course, after college, it was a full-fledged role. My dad gave me that independence right from the time I joined the company. And I think that entire responsibility which came in after I joined him, and that independence gave me that responsibility, and that's how I kind of, was more interested in taking a larger role in the business.
So was it also like you gradually developed interest just by watching your father doing so well?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was more of my self-interest in design. So that is something which I was interested in right from the start. And of course, it was a good way to channel that through my dad's business. And of course, architecture is, I'd never really studied architecture, but I think practical experience in design and reading plans is what I was interested in, and that's how I kind of created that kind of niche where I was deeply involved in designing of the layout of the flat, or whether the height of the flat, or just the overall experience of each project,
Right.
and taking into account the USPs of the location and stuff.
So, talking about the same, I think real estate is known for its traditional leadership structures. You, as a young entrepreneur yourself, how do you balance innovation with tradition in your approach to development?
So I think a mix of traditional leadership and a mix of new innovative strategies is important and very relevant to this business. I think having a traditional mindset with a foot in the ground, as well as incorporating the new technologies, whether it's ERP or digital marketing or any way new mediums of marketing, is important, because that's the way forward. You're catering to a new audience today. You're catering to a younger generation. In fact, even today, the older generation is on apps like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that to get So I think marketing and also is a thing which has to be evolved with time.
Coping up.
Yeah. So I think everyone has to be part of that change.
Now, talking about the pandemic, I really want to know that how Suraj, adapted to the changes or the business operations in response to the pandemic.
To be honest, right in the pandemic, it was, of course, a shocker to all of us.
Yeah.
But the way the government really gave us an impetus, especially the real estate sector, whether it was for workers to be staying or housed in the projects, they gave us a pass for us to use to visit our sites. I think that is something which the government has supported us all throughout the pandemic. And of course, there was a big stamp duty cut, which we all know about, which really boosted the sales. So I think it was actually a surprise that real estate really picked up after that, after people have been staying in smaller homes. And I think that had really taken us as by surprise, but I think that really helped in the long run. And I think real estate sales post the pandemic across the board, whether it is luxury or value luxury, across the board did well.
Well, I think it also changed a lot of perspective towards real estate. How was your perspective before pandemic and after pandemic?
So before the pandemic, of course, we've been seeing sales already there, but I think that impetus came after the stamp duty cut, and then after people realized that I think just living in a smaller home and is not helping their cause. They felt like larger homes, open spaces, balconies is something which they now kind of resonate with.
Yeah.
And that's how we're seeing that new trend where people looking at larger homes with balconies, terraces, open spaces. I think that's come into vogue now.
Yeah. Now that you have taken over the leadership, how is Suraj really performing, and what are your plans for the company ahead?
So I think I've not taken over the entire leadership. My dad is very much involved, but of course, yes. And in terms of certain departments, I am handling. I think I prefer a bottoms-up approach rather than a top-down approach, especially with the staff. Having an open door policy with them. I mean, whether it's my salesperson, or whether it's a sales manager or a head of sales, or to the lowest in terms of their ranking or position in the company. I think an open door policy works. We prefer giving faster decisions. And that's why I think which has already worked with us all this time. So I think continuing that policy where people are being highly approachable, whether it's a staff or whether it is your vendors or whether it's your clients for that matter, having that open door policy always helps, because that builds trust, faster decisions.
Yeah.
And I think that has helped us as a company.
Yeah,
we keep that door open.
Yeah, and I think with this approach itself, you are one of the prominent leader in the South Central Mumbai especially. So what is your vision when I say about the area and the growth and development of this particular area?
Mainly we're working in the South Central Mumbai market. Of course, we are one of the top leaders in this market of South Central Mumbai. We see a great potential, especially in our value luxury and luxury segment. Both are doing extremely well. I think value luxury is doing well because the need of the hour is people are looking for homes, but there's a high nuclearization of families. They want to stay close to their parents, but the younger generation also want to have their independence. I think that's where we come in. We bridge that gap, even from an affordability factor. We're able to provide accommodation of value luxury in prime locations in South Central Mumbai, whether it's a 1 BHK with a sea view, with a car parking, all those amenities at highly accessible areas, and giving them at a affordable price. I think that is the need of the hour today, and I think that's what we are providing a solution to our clients.
In this region very well, but do you plan to expand in other areas?
Yes, so the next market we will be targeting is the Bandra market. We already have land parcels acquired by the company in Bandra. So I think by the first quarter of the next year, we will be launching our first project on Mount Mary. So I think that would be something exciting. We stay in Mount Mary, and I think that is something which I've born and brought up in Bandra. So I think that's an area I'll be very excited about that project. And we're excited for the times ahead. We have a upcoming portfolio of 21 projects which we planned to launch in different phases.
Right.
So we're pretty excited about that.
Awesome. I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, you must be thinking, why did I sit in absolute silence? Well, I was trying to absorb the serenity around me from this deck, which is looking right at Arabian Sea and Bandra Worli ceiling. I'm sitting in a show flat of Surat's ongoing luxury project, The Palette, which is designed tastefully with lavish living spaces along with 9 levels of podium parking and all amenities one can ask for. The Palette is all that you need in this city of dreams. Talking about the amenities, which includes ample car parking, kids play area, 24/7 security, firefighting safety compliance, and of course, a well-equipped gym. You have access to everything one needs for a balanced life owing to the proximity of Lower Parel and Bandra Kurla Complex, Siddhivinayak Temple, Hinduja Hospital, Bombay Scottish School, Palladium, St. Regis and Four Seasons. And with this, I sign off with another episode of The White Door, sponsored by OBT Carpets. Stay tuned as we take you through the epitome of luxury living with our upcoming episodes.